What's up, everybody? Today in this video we're going to be going through our 10 different automations to get yourself to 10K per month in your business. These are 10 automations that I've set up in many of the solopreneurs and as well as my business when I was first starting off to get over that 10K per month threshold, especially if you're doing this all by yourself and you're just like kind of overwhelmed with everything you're doing and you're like wanting to build a system that will work more for you rather than against you, and as well as just have all of this happen in one place and very seamlessly. This is going to be the video for you. Just keep watching and we're going to go through one by one. We're going to go through all 10 of these. So if you haven't met me before, my name is Ben Green. I'm the owner of optimizeis, and what we do is we help business owners, probably just like you, help you optimize your information system. So that looks like creating scalable digital solutions to take you from either 0 to 10K. One client we took from 30 to 70K with some of these scalable digital solutions to optimize the back end as well as the sales cycle in your business. So without further ado, we'll get right into that. If you have any questions or if you are interested in working with me, there's a link down in the description and you can request a consultation from me or someone on my team. But without further ado, we'll get right into the video now. So here I just laid it out on Miro. I had these 10 ideas, not so much ideas, but stuff we had implemented. I was like, I should just put all of these into one video and sort of go through each of these. And I think one of the biggest things that this will help you with is a few of these automations. I think there's 3 of them will give you clarity. And clarity is one of the most important things that I've found in my business, just clarity into how things are going. Kind of, I would say, getting a pulse on your business. That is one of like the best things. You might be able to see it through some of these sticky notes, so don't look too hard, but clarity, and then just pure time savings and optimizing your processes so that you're not doing so much manual work anymore. That's really what these boil down to. Another great benefit of these is you'll probably get more calls booked because you'll have more time to book calls. You will get more calls closed because you'll have better seamless processes. You can focus on your closing. You can focus on the things that actually matter in your business rather than like sending an email and drafting an email and doing a lot of manual stuff to figure out how many new clients did I get this week, what's working, what's not working, and all of that. So that's how we saw one of our clients go from 30K per month to 70K per month. So I'm going to show you all of that right now. So what's the first one? The first one, if I unlock this one, is to automate leads into the CRM. This problem arises from, I see a lot of business owners, specifically solopreneurs. You're just starting out, you're using a lot of different systems and they don't all integrate that well with each other, just right unboxing them. You unbox like Calendly over here, you have Gmail. You might have a CRM, whether it's built in AIRTABLE, built in Pipedrive, built in any of your like normal CRMs. You have leads not in the right places, or you're manually adding leads into your CRM. So the first one is just to automate those leads into your CRM. And the CRM, if it's built right, it should take care of emailing them, following up with them. It should take care of the reporting. It should take care of if you wanted to do text messages or like skip tracing and that kind of stuff. That should all be taken care of inside the CRM. But getting the lead in the CRM is the first hurdle. So automate those. Now the second one is automated onboarding. This can sometimes be a make or break for some businesses because onboarding can be like, I've seen it take 3 to 4 hours of employees' time. Whereas if you did it once and you set it up, for example, what does an automated onboarding process look like? Like for me in my business, I can just go click a button in my CRM and it onboards someone. It just creates a Slack channel, sends a Slack message, sends like the welcome packet of information that they'll need, gives them any links they'll need, any resources to get started. If depending on what they decide to do with me, sending them videos to get them introduced to the way we do things, the process that we take all of our clients through. So if you can do that once for someone and just record it or just like do it on a dummy and record it and set the baseline, set the example for how you want to work with the client, you can automate that very easily and not take up too much time for each client doing that anymore. So that will save you a ton of time on the service delivery side. The next one is an automated referral system. Now, I took a note from, I believe it was Referral Engine, and so I'm always kind of fine-tuning my referral process, but I am a huge believer, if you can't tell from the YouTube channel, in the law of reciprocity. So before ever asking for other people's referrals, I always ask I ask to know how to give a referral to anyone that contacts me, because I've given out referrals to many of my past clients because I've worked with them and optimized their process, and so I know how they get results for clients, and I can easily send business their way. But now I'm at a point where I can have people tell me what they do, tell me how they'll talk to people. So this is a game changer if you want to get referrals yourself. Automating some of that process can take out some of the legwork. The next one, actually I'm going to unlock these next three. So these next three are reporting. Now, this first one is automated financial reporting. Then we have automated sales reporting and automated project management reporting. So an example of financial reporting is, at the end of this video, I'll suggest you go watch. It's like a simple accounting database, but you can automate your monthly profits and losses. You can automate an income statement for the year. Just automatically have those expense types, revenue types generate into this financial document just within a database. So I encourage you to do something like that, and not you'll just always have clarity. You'll just be able to go in there, see how you're doing for the month, see even how you're doing for that week. The one that I'll recommend, it only goes to the month level, but I've set it up to go down to the day level, the week level, and month level for different clients depending on their needs. Week level can get you some really good insights to see how you're doing for financial reporting, in correspondence with sales reporting and marketing reporting. But the second one that I wanted to go through was automated sales reporting. Automated sales reporting is highly beneficial if there's measurables in your sales cycle. So for example, some automated sales KPIs that you'll want to keep track of if you're a service-based business and you're taking calls are your cost per call. How much marketing do you need to put into your social media or your ads or whatever your platform is to get one sales call? How many of those sales calls turn into customers? So knowing some of those KPIs, like your cost per call, your conversion rate, maybe even your conversion rate on your website and that kind of stuff, you don't want to have to do a lot of effort to go see that information. You want to be able to see that information and take the steps necessary to either improve it or sustain it, not take the actions to see the number. So it's kind of choosing where you want to put your energy there. I would choose to have it automated once and not have to put that energy in there again, personally. The next one is automated project management reporting. So if you have a few freelancers on your team and you have a few different projects that are just ongoing, maybe there's always new projects with clients, I've set this up to give you flexibility. It kind of takes the role of a project manager in your business, and it says, this is how long these, imagine if you're a project manager and you have all of these projects, they're all in different stages in the process, and you can track how long a project has been in its current stage. And so if you can get an automated report to say, these are the number of projects that haven't moved stages in over 5 days. These are the number of projects that haven't moved stages in over 10 days. And you can do a lot with automated project management reporting. You can see how close you are to meet your quarterly goals or your yearly goals every week or every month or every quarter. So you can do a lot of that automated reporting with tools like Airtable, or with tools there's many tools that you can do the automated reporting with, but I have my preferences personally. The next one is automate communication drafts. Now, what do I mean by communication drafts? What I mean by automate communication drafts is in your CRM, in your sales cycle, or even in your client fulfillment cycle, or like your service delivery side of your business. There's a lot of communication that goes on with clients. So if you can send an onboarding, if you can automate that first communication with them. In the sales cycle, if you need to send a proposal, automate the creation of the draft of the proposal. That way you might only have to add 1 or 2 specific things, then you can send it. Automate the email when you're waiting for a certain like set of information. Like if you need to do an audit, but you need to like maybe have access to their Google My Business to do that audit, then automate the email showing them how to give you access to Google My Business so you can do like something that's worth like $1,000 audit. But automate these emails so that you're not creating them, like reinventing the wheel every single time, and you can draft it and it'll pull in their name, it'll pull in their email, it'll pull in maybe 1 or 2 specific things about them, and then you can just review it and then send it, rather than pulling in all of that stuff, drafting the email, making sure it looks right, making sure it's worded right, there's no grammar. If you use these automated drafts, then you only ever have to do that once, and it's beautiful. It's a game changer. The next thing is automated follow-up after service delivery is over. So I believe it's Joe Polish on the Genius Network. He runs the Genius Network. I think he's actually in a year of sabbatical right now, which is just a random fact. I followed him a lot last year, but one thing that he talks about that I've heard multiple times in Genius Network is every 90 days it's like if you search the 11-word email on Google, I believe you might be able to find this, but it's like the one email you should send every 90 days. And it's like the subject of the email is, are you still looking for your service? And I think like it should come out to about 11 words. So like, are you still looking for example, systems consulting or something like that? Maybe it's a 9-word email, a 7-word email. But are you still looking to work with us to automate some of your processes, get better systems in place so you can have clarity in your business? How can you create processes? And this is like directly talking about the example in the video here, but create processes to follow up with people after you're done with your service delivery. So if you're done and you have like other services that you could provide them and they would benefit from, how can you position those and offer those in an automated fashion while not being like blatantly obvious that it's automated? So if you can always have like a sentence that you put in there and you don't have to remember, send that email in 90 days, but maybe write in like in a checklist when you're offboarding a client, you put in that sentence and then it'll send 90 days, and maybe you have a sentence you put in for like 120 days later. Then those will automatically go out and you might get that email back while it's still fresh. So you can write that sentence while it's still fresh when you're offboarding, then it'll just send later. That's something cool that I've seen done with some clients. Now another one, so this will be our 9th automation here, to get you to 10K per month, is automated internal team communication for task dependencies. That was a mouthful. What does that mean? Automated team communication for these task dependencies are, if you think about project management, there's multiple different steps. People get assigned to projects, or maybe like if you think of, I remember when working in Jira, when working with like, I want to say like Scrum or whatever the name for that style of project, agile project management. It was like, it's not my job anymore, it's this person's. So notifying people when they have a new task, so that they're not just like, they don't just see it 2 weeks later in their project management system, but like, for example, sending a Slack message when a certain like big milestone is done, or when a sub project is done, or saying, hey Ben, now it's your turn on this project. Can you take care of this? Can you move forward with it? But automating some of that internal team communication can save your team some time. Another one that I see all the time is notifications when you get paid or when you sign a new client. I've seen that a lot of times in Slack, just on social media. I think people like to promote that kind of stuff, but there's a lot of different communication that you can automate to make it look like notifications. So that was number 9. Number 10 is automated social media posting. So this can get tricky depending on how involved you are in your social media. But one thing that I really like doing is there's certain social media platforms that I never get on, but through automating social media posts, I've built a small following. Can I say it's gotten me anywhere right now? Maybe not, but it's slowly building the framework to get me somewhere maybe in the future if I ever wanted to expand on the platform. I have a small following built there. So for example, for this YouTube video, it will automatically post on my LinkedIn business page, on my Facebook page, on my Twitter, and it used to post on Pinterest. However, Pinterest kind of ended some of their automation features for a short period of time, so I don't do it there anymore. But as a small business owner, if it's only you and you don't want to hire a VA, you don't want to have to worry about them doing it, you can automate this stuff out of a social media calendar, and you can just see what posts you're going to post on which day, as long as you have it like approved by yourself most likely, and you have the copy in there or the video in there or the title, thumbnail, whatever, and it's ready to go. It will just post whenever you want to post, and it's a beautiful thing. It just happens, and people engage with it. As long as you go and engage with it later, then I think your social media will grow. So those are the 10 automations to get to 10K per month. Again, if you want help with any of these, you can check out the link in the description. But what I really want to drive home here is if you implement these, it's going to make your life a ton easier if you're trying to get to 10K per month. It will take out a lot of the headaches of not knowing your numbers. It will take out the hassle of trying to like focus on what you need to focus on to get to 10K per month. Like, while this might seem like some time savings here and there, it's really going to give you the clarity on your numbers so you know what's working, what's not, but also give you the time so that you can focus on lead generation. You can focus on like customer delivery. You don't have to focus on some of this other stuff like posting on social media or crunching your numbers to figure out how you're doing. While that might seem enjoyable, it's actually not. And if you can just have something automated to spit that number back out to you, then it's fantastic. And I can't name one person who's ever really enjoyed doing an onboarding process. So if you can automate that, automate referrals to get more customers, the system's really a no-brainer. So that was the gist of these 10 automations. Now, the video that I recommend you watch next is this automated financial reporting system. So this is going to be an automated profits and loss system, and it's actually in the end screen that you see right here, right in the middle of the screen right now. If you go click the middle of this video, it'll take you to that. I think it's called like a simple accounting database, and it's just going to show you how to create like your revenue, basically your revenue, expenses, and then a monthly profit and loss sheet. All you have to do is manually type in your expenses through a form every time, unless you can automate that with like something else. But yeah, I highly encourage you to go check that out. And without further ado, I hope you have a great day, and I will see you in the next one.